You might have saw our recent video, Buy or Pass, on Dove Run.
Well, we ended up buying it, so today we're gonna walk through it and show you how we design it.
But before we let you in,
Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can follow this project all the way through.
all right, so we got some light demo going on here today, so it's gonna be a little bit loud, but Jesse and I have to get into this property and do some design work for it.
So bear with us, put your headphones on if you have to. Let's design this thing.
Cool. So now that we're in the main entryway of the house, as you can see, very tall, big open ceilings.
I love it.
Yeah, really nice dramatic entryway.
One
when
of
you
the
walk in.
best things and the reasons why we bought this house, because it's a great feeling right when you walk in.
Yep, but some dated things about the house.
I know.
You know, we have this fireplace, mantle here that is just a big stone mantle, a little bit dated.
I told him to leave these.
You want to leave these?
Yeah, I told him we need to keep them. I guess we can't leave them. Okay, back to the mantle. Yes, the mantle's stone. Yes, it's old. We got to do something with it. I think you wanted to go all the way to the ceiling, but I'm a little worried that's going to look weird.
The reason I want to go all the way up to the ceiling is because, you don't, it's not typical you get 22-foot ceilings or 24-foot ceilings in the main entry of the house.
Right.
So when we do, I really think that we could utilize this, between the window space to do something really dramatic all the way up.
Possible. I am seeing a lot of like lower ones come in back into style, maybe with like a mantle or something.
Yeah.
A little more restrained, but we'll just find some pictures of what we like and we'll pick one.
Yeah, I think this is something that we really got to think about. It's obviously going to be much more expensive to go to the ceiling with something.
One thing though with
Maybe
this
we can do something
fireplace,
more custom that's lower.
we might be able to, like a quartz one or something.
Yeah.
One thing though, I think that we could get away with is keeping this fireplace.
Yeah.
So usually we go to the LED and we put in that fireplace and rip out the gas. But I think this one, if we just maybe put some new handles
I can see
on
it's working. I see the pilot light on, which is great.
and it's black already.
And it's already black. Most of the time these are gold, and we got to spray paint them black, which is kind of the cheap route to go. We don't really like doing that often.
So we get rid of it.
So we usually take them out and put the LEDs in, but this being all nice and black, it's super clean. Yeah, we got to keep this thing.
I think so. And maybe we could redo it like more modern with like those concrete balls or something instead of the logs.
Yeah, and glass, or the fire glass or something inside of it.
Yeah.
We got to figure out something really cool for this wall. Okay. This is obviously one of the main things you see right when you walk into the house. Once again, this property is going to be 1.6, 1.7 million when we're done with it. So we got to come up with some really high-end stuff to do here today. Flooring wise, are we going tile or are we going to go high-end LVT?
I think to keep everything in the budget, we're going to go high-end LVT.
LVT, okay.
I don't feel as bad now that I see a ton of other investors doing that now, and their products are really nice.
Yeah, and if you don't know what the LVT flooring is that we're talking about, it's this really cool new laminate style flooring. They're linear wood planks. They're almost like a PVC pipe. They're almost a plastic, super durable, waterproof, very easy to lay, and much, much more cost effective than having to demo all the tile, use thin set and grout, plus tile and labor. Tiling a house is a very, very expensive cost.
Definitely.
So the LVT, it looks great. We're using them in a lot of high-end properties. You definitely want to look into that if you haven't already.
Right. So second thing about this grand entryway is this super, super dated old wood stairwell.
What do we do with this? It's round. Round makes it hard.
I think there are some areas, like maybe this area, that we could square, especially if we're redoing the railing. Like, so what? We can take this and make it square. We may be able to take this here and make that square. That would get rid of two weird round areas in this entryway. This one's probably gonna have to stay.
Yeah, we could definitely square those off. That's a good idea. Did you think of that?
I just came up with that.
That's good, dude.
I pulled it out of my pocket just like I did this golf ball.
Which we have a lot of on the roof of this house.
So if we
squaring that off and squaring that off,
look good.
That's a good idea.
But then this is a lot of banister. It's a lot of railing. So I don't know if we could do something like super modern, like the cables or the glass or metal. We might have to go back with wood, but do like a square or rectangle, more modern.
At least an upgraded, more modern usage
without
of
the
it.
curls, without the curves.
Right.
Big square post at the end. It will look a lot better. It will still be cost effective. So I think it's best of both worlds.
But it has to be done. And this railing could cost anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000 to replace.
Absolutely.
So it's a big cost of the house. We got to make sure we choose the right one.
But it's a statement right when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
I think maybe it might be cool to even hang a light here.
Yeah, look, there's a box for it.
There is, and it's kind of tucked back into like this corner, which actually is the perfect spot for it.
And when we're talking about boxes, it's not an actual box. It's just an electrical box.
Right.
So it's a box for the electrical for a chandelier that's actually in the ceiling. So that white plate that you see on the ceiling
right there
is what we call a box.
Yeah, it's up inside the ceiling and it's just capped right now, not being used.
Yeah. And I think if we put a light there, I think we're gonna have to put a light also smack dab in the middle of this room that hangs down as well.
A light there, or fill that room with like 6 cans.
Yeah.
Or so it's got light on its own.
Lots. I think it could really use something hanging down here.
Could,
though. Like
yeah.
even a big fan on like a 10-foot down rod
Yeah.
that hangs lower would be cool.
Maybe
looking.
light and fan so there's something different.
Yeah, not 2 chandeliers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think the entryway when you walk through the front door, that would look good. New stair rail, nice wood plank flooring throughout. That's all, that flows. And then something with that fireplace wall, whether we do a really low custom mantle or whether we do it all the way up.
Yeah.
Walking into this house is going to be a big difference.
That's going to give us a wow factor when you walk in.
Yep. Of course, we're going to take all this old dated baseboard out. As you can see, it's very low baseboard, and also just the design of it is pretty dated. This is more old school. We like to use the tall 7-inch square baseboard. So we'll take all the baseboards out of the house, put the 7-inch white square baseboards throughout. It actually brings a lot of modern update to the house.
Let's walk into the kitchen dining area and see what we can come up with out there.
Jesse just thought of something right now.
Well, there used to be like an old wet bar here, and now that it's gone, like there's a bunch of extra space. But what is being used over here? Like, what do we have? Just an extra closet? Like,
I think it's a half bath.
If it's a half bath, we can't do anything with it. Oh, someone's in there. I'm scared. So there's a half bath for part of it, but I wanted to try to give the idea, since this is our dining room, to try to use this part of the room too, to kind of make it feel a little bigger, because this is not very big.
Yeah.
It's a very small, kind of a cave type of dining room. So even if that could be expanded a little bit, making that almost like a buffet for the dining room.
Yeah.
Cabinetry, lighting, tile, whatever.
That's kind of what it was before, though. It had a sink. This was a bar. This was
a wet bar.
Yeah, a wet bar for the dining space. But I think we just need to make it super updated. Put in a sink. Maybe try to put a skinny wine fridge or something in here.
There you go.
Underneath, nice granite countertops. Backsplash the entire backside of it, or maybe even the whole thing, and then put 2 really nice free-hanging shelves across it, and then do something that matches in here with, wood trim wall. We could do that wood trim that we've done quite a bit recently, where we take we always want to take the wall that you look at first. So walking through the front door, this is going to be your main wall of the dining room. So what we can do is take baseboard and do even squares all the way across, both vertical and horizontal. So it's, probably 3 to 4 squares up and down.
I've seen some really cool shapes too. People are doing squares, they're doing like angles, different really cool stuff.
This would be a really nice wall to do it on.
Yeah.
And then maybe one thing that we could do to make this room feel bigger is take this single chandelier here.
I want to keep it.
You want that?
It's so bad.
Take this single chandelier here. Everything you say you want to keep, I'm just going to destroy.
That's why I say
time.
it. That's why I say it.
You think we could hang from that? Take this single chandelier and maybe turn it into 2 pendants.
Okay.
So that we could put a long linear table in here versus like a round table or something like that.
I like that. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'm thinking of is trying to maybe landscape this, since when we build the pool in the back, oh boy. You almost hit me. All right, well now that that's done, since we're going to build a pool in the back.
I'm destructive.
And the guys who build the pool are going to have to rip all this out in order to get their equipment in. We're going to have to do something with it anyway.
Right.
So let's go ahead and make this really green, light it up with lights so that you have a backdrop to your dining room.
That'd be cool. Really, really nice big plants there,
Yeah.
so that when you look out the dining room, that'd be awesome.
Cool. So the kitchen is, again, kind of small, just like the dining room is small, but it's enough space for us to work with. First thing we got to do is get rid of the soffit.
Yeah, so removing the soffit, which when we talk about soffit, we're talking about this thing right here. Being able to take this to the ceiling gives us the ability to either one, put in much larger cabinetry on this back wall and make it feel bigger, or two, put in a double stack cabinet where we would do like a 12-inch top cabinet that's glass and backlit, and a 36-inch or 42 cabinet underneath it, which makes the kitchen look really big.
And I don't see any electrical or any AC in that, so that's going to be a totally cosmetic soffit.
Right, that comes right out.
Yeah.
So that would definitely expand the kitchen. We at least get full-size, very large cabinetry in here. I think we're going to keep the layout kind of as is, which was, as you can see based off the gas line here, you have the 36-inch range centered in this wall. We'll have a hood vent above it, and then cabinetry on each side.
Yeah.
So that's not going to change much. But we like it that way. It's centered in the kitchen. It's the kind of the showpiece
Right when you
of the
turn
kitchen.
and walk in, that's a really cool feature you see,
Yeah.
which means that sink and dishwasher probably going to stay there, and that is going to stay as maybe lower now, one level,
Right.
but seating.
Yeah, so we'll actually cut this breakfast bar down to one level. So it's all level, and then on this side, the countertop, we're actually gonna have it waterfall down to the floor. So this is gonna look actually like a really big countertop space here.
And we did have a skinny island, and we did have all of our other appliances in this wall behind me, which they're
Right.
probably gonna have to stay there.
Yeah, I think that it fits that way. I don't think we're gonna use a double oven though, so we actually gain some kitchen space there, which will make it feel bigger
Because
as
our
well.
range is actually a double oven.
Right.
So we get rid of that. Maybe the built-in microwave goes there
Yeah.
now instead, which still we're putting an appliance there. So fridge.
But it still gives
microwave.
you countertop.
You do have countertop underneath it. You'll have the countertop running to the corner and around.
Yep.
So it is going to be a little bit bigger.
And then you'll have countertop from here all the way around too.
My
So-
biggest worry in here, honestly, is the fact, one, we know it's low, we know it's small. There was an island in here, and it needs an island, but it's going to be such a puny, skinny
I
island.
hate those.
I know. I really don't know if we can, we got to put one in,
Yeah, because it's too much space from here to there. It's,
Right.
it's too open.
and then it adds more storage. So of a small kitchen, that's essential. But we really need to make it like something different, something really unique to where people say, oh yeah, I know it's not my massive cool island, but it's so different.
Yeah.
Like butcher block or something, like really, really out there.
Butcher block's nice.
If we did
It has
that,
to fit the theme of the house though.
if we
so
did
does
that with
butcher.
the style of the house and put wood elsewhere, it could work.
Yeah, that's something that we're gonna have to look at photos of and try to decide on. That'll be this and the entryway fireplace will kind of be question marks for us, I think.
We could need inspiration for those.
But I think the kitchen's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
One nice thing is the kitchen actually rolls right into the main family room, which is something we always love.
Yeah.
So as you're working around the kitchen, you got the kitchen nook over there, you got your main family room here. This will be our feature wall that, you know, hosts a big TV and all that. So at this property, you can see the depth of this room. So although the
This
room's
goes so
small,
far back now.
yeah, we gain a lot of space there. So this will come out.
This room gains probably 2 feet of space, even if
Yeah.
we build it back.
Right. This fireplace will come out, and we'll put an 80-inch LED fireplace on this wall. And then what we do to the surround of it, I think is still going to be kind of up in the air. We're going to find some photos on that too, but
a great
it'll be a
idea
nice feature wall.
might be to just copy the Red Springs house that we did, where we this type of back room. It
Yeah.
was taller, but we just put it centered in and put shelves in on the sides.
Yeah, I like that. We did the block shiplap.
Yeah.
The block shiplap looked great.
Black shiplap with like a natural wood mantle, then the natural wood on the hood, and then maybe the butcher block.
Was that hood?
It was the hood.
Was
It's
that
a Jewish hood.
That was the Jewish hood.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a hood.
Yeah,
That all might work together.
okay, got it. I like that. The black shiplap would look badass in here.
Yeah.
Big windows facing the backyard, which is beautiful.
Out to the
facing the
pool.
golf course, facing the pool that we're putting in. And then, of course, one of the best features of the house that we're installing is the 15-foot slider right here on this wall. So all these windows come out. This turns into a 15-foot slider directly out to actually a pretty large covered patio.
I think
So
you
let's check it
actually
out.
mentioned this before too. Since the slider's going there, there's really no need for this door, which when you have this door here, kind of
Intrudes on the nook
space.
and onto the
So if we get
pantry.
rid of it, you can fit more in this space
Right.
and you still have the door going outside.
Cool, so going out to the backyard, once again, this will be our big slider wall here, which is gonna obviously look great. We have a really nice covered patio.
Yeah,
And kind of a cool garden feeling backyard right when you come outside.
it's not utilized very well right now because it's just super dated the way that it was constructed and it was never changed.
Yeah.
But now that there's going to be a feature back here, and now that this door is going to open up, I really think that all of this landscaping and possibly some of this should go.
Yeah.
So you have more actual usable area. Maybe we paver, maybe we pour some pads or something. We still keep the garden like feel all the way around, but there's no reason why this has to be here when you walk out and you want to go straight to your pool.
Right.
This is kind of stopping.
Yeah, that side's gonna have to definitely go. I like this side. It kind of feels, you know,
all of it.
we can make it feel like a really nice garden. Yeah, I think it feels nice and green. I like that. You don't like it?
Kill it.
Kill
No,
it.
I think we'll find out. We'll figure out something to do with it.
But as we go on here, you know, since we bought this house, it's been about 10 days to 2 weeks. We've actually bid out a brand new pool for this backyard. So this house has to have a pool. We went back and forth on it a few times to really get the value out of it. It needs it in this neighborhood. So as you can see, we're on the golf course of Red Rock Country Club here in Summerlin, Nevada. This pool is going to be great. It's going to be a very modern style pool as well.
Why don't we lay out the pool for him?
Yeah, so the pool, it's going to be 32 feet long
So get his end and then come get my end.
and 15 feet wide. So it's going to start right about where I'm at now. This will be the back edge of the pool. And it'll end about where Jesse's at.
And the spa.
Yeah. So pool and spa will be on this side here. All pretty much one level. So it's going to be a nice modern rectangle pool. Spa on this side, fire bar on this side as well, which is going to be pretty cool looking.
And then 30-something feet this way is going to be swim deck, where you can actually put chairs in with just like a couple inches of water out into the pool. And then it'll drop off into like a deeper, maybe like a 5-foot area all the way to the spa. But it's going to be a really modern shaped, nice pool.
We're going to have these concrete pads that you can see in that rendering across here as a pool deck.
Connected to now that's gone.
Yep, connected to the covered patio area with either turf in between it to bring a lot of greenery back here, or river rock in between them.
Yeah, or maybe both.
Or maybe both. Maybe we'll
And the
switch
pads
off.
will come out here and connect to the old concrete, so it'll all feel like it was all done at the same time. And then this way, we're gonna actually leave pretty much open. We may just do a big turf area or one big pad, but some area where they could put another table, they could put whatever they want, something that is kind of a blank slate for the home buyer.
Yep.
Now, the only other thing that is required in this backyard when you do put a pool in is fencing it off. As you can see, we don't have a fence as of today, but that's a safety issue and it's a requirement with the neighborhood.
Yeah, and fencing, the fence from our bid is actually going to cost about $70 a linear foot. So, you know, it's got to connect to that wall there, come up to the property line, and then go straight to that fence there. So I'm guessing we have probably about 100 feet of lineal fence here, which will come out to about $7,000 in fencing. So,
And it'll look just like that one. If you want to get a little quick shot of that, it's a nice modern fence. It's going to match everyone else's fence.
so the estimate that we received on the pool, the pads, the fire, the turf, it's going to be $55,000 plus the fencing, which is going to cost about $7,000. So this entire backyard design is going to be about $62,000 to $65,000.
And then on top of that, we can't forget that we're going to have to do some planting.
Right.
We're going to have to redo that garden area. a little bit in the front yard.
So we'll probably be close to 75,000 in
I'd say
total
so.
landscape with the pool.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the biggest room of the house, the master bedroom, do some design in there, and then we'll get out of here.
All right, so this is another
That's not
drape
a bad
that I
offer.
told him to keep. So we're gonna keep this one too.
Really?
Yes or not. Here we are, master bedroom.
I like the master bedroom in this house.
It's actually pretty nice. Not
has-
just because of the space,
Right.
but it's got views, it's got a balcony.
Yeah. And it has dedicated walls that we as designers like in a master bedroom, such as the bed wall here. We know that we could very easily do a really cool custom trim wall on that master bedroom wall, which of course we'd like to do, and it definitely upgrades the room.
It's very dedicated too.
Also in the ceiling, if you can see, it has a soffit that we just can't remove. So one thing that we could do in this room that would add a lot of upgrade feeling to it is put the LVT in the ceiling at a diagonal and make this a really cool tray ceiling.
Right.
That would be beautiful in here.
Yeah, it's just too much to remove, huh?
It is. We can't remove it. There's probably electrical in it.
There's some AC in that
There's
part
some
of it.
AC in it. So it's something that probably cannot come out.
That could be cool. We can also always do the same wall trimming up here too.
In the ceiling?
There's plenty of options.
Yeah. So it leaves us, although we can't, update it by taking the soffit out,
Yeah.
at least we could do something inside of it that definitely makes it more modern.
And we did talk about the front of the house when we first walked in, squaring off round areas. This is a pretty round thing that wouldn't be too hard to square off. Should we do it?
Well, the only thing with squaring this off is to square it off,
It eats into the room.
you're gonna have to come out to a point, so it will make this room quite a bit smaller.
That much? Do you think it would be like literally that?
Yeah, maybe.
And then
Well, but it's not just that. It's got a mesh. I mean, they may be able to do it.
Yeah. It's just a thought. If we're
Yeah.
doing that,
It'd be great to not have a ground corner there.
right, we should probably do that wherever we can. Well, if we did it too, it would make it easier to lay that tray
Yeah.
ceiling, and make it easier to lay the floor and the base.
Yeah. If we could square it off, that would be huge there.
Okay.
Also, we have a dedicated fireplace wall.
Yeah.
Which we always love. We could take the mantle off, take the gas fireplace out of this wall, put a electric fireplace in all the way across. This will probably fit our 80-inch fireplace.
Definitely.
And then we could either shiplap this wall or tile this wall with a large tile. Definitely something to make this a feature wall of the room.
And it sticks out right now pretty far, but that's because these gas fireplaces are so wide. So we may be able to punch
Scoot it back and gain some
just a little bit.
space.
Yeah. But still have it kind of as an accent
Yeah.
pop out from the wall.
Definitely things that we like in a master bedroom, things that we could work with, things that we could customize. So
I can tell you want to go out to the balcony.
yeah,
All right, let's go.
we got to show them.
How cool is it going to be out here on your master balcony looking down at your awesome brand new pool?
It's going to be great. It really is. I mean, what a beautiful day in Vegas. Look at this weather that we have out here. A little bit of rain, a little bit of sunshine coming through.
Ideal.
Beautiful spot on the golf course. You actually get 2 fairways here. So it's a very wide golf course frontage that you have here. I'd say that's actually a huge upgrade.
Yeah, it also puts you farther away from the other homes.
For the guys behind you, yeah. Man, this is gorgeous out here.
I know,
I
it's
love
awesome.
this house.
All right, let's
Check
get
out
into the
bath.
master bath.
Yeah, so in the buy and pass video, if you remember, we had a little bit of an issue with this bathroom. It's a little bit small, a little bit underwhelming for a house that we're gonna sell at 1.6 to 1.7 million. So
It's really just not what we would want it to be.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
No.
And that's the thing, we just have to make it the best it can be. And really, in order to do that, we pretty much have to leave everything where it is. Sinks have to stay where they are.
yeah, not
Plumbing.
much movement, right?
No, pretty much everything's staying where it is. Plumbing's all staying where it is. It's just all getting a facelift. I do think the only thing that would go pretty far in this room is getting rid of the dated glass block.
Yeah.
It's a really old look.
Yeah.
We could put a big window in there, even if we have to put an opaque window of some sort in there, still let the light in.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have some linear windows in there.
Maybe we could split each one into 2.
Yeah.
So you have 4 super tall, thin windows.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. And then, of course, with the shower here, we have this old dated enclosure with this big bulky tile
Yeah.
foundation. We take this all out. where you're sitting now is going to be a freestanding tub with a light over it. So that would actually make this room feel bigger because the tile runs underneath the tub, making the room feel larger. And then the shower will keep about the same size as it is now, except we'll have frameless glass a lot lower to the floor, to the ceiling. So it's going to feel just a lot larger.
Okay, I got two initial weird ideas. We just walked a house for you like a week ago where it had a section like this.
Yeah.
And it had a tub, but the tub was built in and it was all glassed in. Mm-hmm. So it was still a built-in tub where you have the deck around it. It was a lot shorter, but it was built in.
Yeah.
And then the whole shower was a little bit bigger, but it was all one thing. Possible to do it there. The freestander, I just don't know if we like really need to put them in all the time. We haven't been getting a whole lot of love on them recently. And I know that's the 55 and over communities, but
yeah, it's a lot different. I mean, that shower, that bath, it was horizontal, not vertical. So I mean,
it was this way.
Yeah, right. So it makes it a little bit different to get in and out of it, but
or
we're gonna think of something cool for this wall.
Make this like redo that window and those, so you have windows across the whole back, and do a really big shower enclosure.
I think that, I mean, we could do a huge shower enclosure here, and that'd be fine. I mean, we can make put two rain heads in, two shower heads, two body sprayers, and make this just a big ultra oversized spa type shower.
It's not a bad area to do this in because it's not super tall.
Yeah.
So the glass isn't extreme. And you can easily just enclose the entire thing, put a door in the center, and put maybe all the controls in the center. So you walk in, control everything, and then you have dual sides.
We're gonna have to think about this one. Get some photos.
I'm just not a big fan of the tubs anymore.
Thanks for tagging along with us on this design walk for Dove Run. We got a ton of good ideas today. A lot of work to do though.
Tons of work to do. You got a lot of work to do too. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you follow along for this project and all of our others.
Until then, we'll see you on the flip side.